Reid T. Fowler, and coming on back, Geoff Ulrich. How are you guys? Ready for a little golf talk?
No.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's start with Geoff then, because he has come prepared. Guys, the Masters is next week. I'm excited. You're excited. It's all you guys talk and think about. You dream about it. You eat, sleep, you dream. Masters talk. So let's go. Price check, guys. 10K and above. Who stands out in those price ranges, that price range specifically right now for you, Moose?
Bryson, man. It's Bryson DeChambeau. 10,800. Third most expensive player on the slate, but you just look at the start of the year that Bryson's had, no one's been as dominant. Just racking up top finishes, obviously grabbing the win there at the Arnold Palmer as well, almost grabbing the Players win. He started a little bit slow, but again, you're just seeing the form with Bryson. Everyone at this point last year was like, well, look at Bryson's, insane off the tee strokes, like strokes gained. What happens when he starts hitting his irons well? Could he just dominate? Well, he's hitting his irons well, and he is dominating. He's getting wins. He just about won at the Players, which is a completely different course than what we're going to see this week. But that's a good thing because the Masters sets up so well for Bryson off the tee, big driving areas. He's going to be able to dominate the par fives. I think Bryson, to me, just from a non-predicting standpoint, he's got to have the best upside here. He's $800 cheaper than DJ. He's my favorite play over 10K.
Reid, are you also going to go with your best buddy Bryson here in the 10K or above slot?
Best buddy Bryson.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the risk of showing a little bit of parity here on the show, I'll go one step above Jon Rahm. I do think Xander is properly priced. Geoff and I mentioned that earlier this week in our golf show, that I do think his price tag at 10K, right at that split between the two tiers, I think it's finally where he should be. But Jon Rahm, you look at course form, and Geoff sort of alluded to it. You take a guy that has played well on these other American style long courses, right? And course history, Rahm is second to only DJ since 2016 in strokes gained total, I believe, here at Augusta. No worse than a top 10 here over the last 3 years. Came in seventh last year. A few years ago, he came in fourth. And it's just a matter of can he put the entire game together? Can he keep his emotions in check? I think that's sort of an out for a lot of us in the media that, he's just highly emotional. Well, so is Bryson. So is everybody else who wants to win and wants to be the best. So give me Jon Rahm at 11K. I think that's a great price tag, even though it's the second highest. I think it's right there between the two guys that a lot of people are going to go to with DJ and Bryson.
Okay, guys, that was a very limited, of course, 10K and above. Well, now we're going to really narrow our field here for the Masters next week. Reid, we stay with you. 9K range. Who do you like?
Yeah, I know where Geoff's going to go, so I'll leave him that guy. But I'll go to Patrick Reid. Patrick Reid at $9,300. He kind of has this Scotty Scheffler, and I use that because that's what we've seen from Scotty over the last 2 weeks, is that when everybody shows up at a course, right, when all the big names are here, a guy like Patrick Reid, he goes unnoticed. He kind of goes under the radar. That's what happened when he won Augusta not too long ago. He's a guy that knows this course very well. Short game is fantastic. Putting is great. And we know when he gets up there in the lead, whether it be Friday or Saturday, he usually keeps it or he's in the mix. So I like Patrick Reid at 9,300.
All right, Geoff. Well, of course, Reid went with his namesake. So what are you doing here?
Yeah, obviously. Look, Reid thinks I'm just going to get up here and talk about Patrick Cantlay. And I do like Cantlay this week, but let's talk facts. He's 9,800. I think there is better values in this range. I think Reid is actually a very good pivot down there. I also think, just to play the shocker role, Tony Finau.
There we go.
You should probably just play him. Look, reports out of Augusta, this course is going to play a little bit harder than we've seen the last few years. I think that's going to favor the bigger hitters. I think that favors a guy like Tony Finau. I really do. So 9,100, I'm okay paying this price. Again, you've got to look at everything in context. I do like Cantlay. I think he's got a real good shot of competing here. He looked better in the match play after the poor players performance. But, the value is really at the end of the 9K range with Reid and Finau for me.
Just want you to know, you saying Tony Finau was an everybody drink your water moment for the crew. You're up now with the 8K
Geoff,
range.
Really quickly, Kauf. What do you think, Geoff? If he misses a cut this week, does that matter to you at all? Tony,
no, I don't care. I mean,
me too.
The Valero Texas Open. I mean, if anything, it's a good buying opportunity. Like you look at Finau's record. Right. I mean, plenty of good early season performances. I'd go off that than one missed cut.
Right.
All right, Moose, 8K range.
Okay, 8K range is interesting. I I think a lot of people are just going to gravitate to Sung J M and Daniel Berger. I'm going to go with Lee Westwood here. It's the Masters. It's Augusta. Course history does factor in here. Knowing the course factors in here. Lee Westwood playing with just a ton of swagger right now. Just loosey-goosey, got his girlfriend on the bag, playing well, hitting it well. And now he's coming into Augusta, kind of the talk of the town for a few weeks. The sizzle's burned off a bit, but he's playing good golf. I think he's a great pivot in this range. 8,800. I don't think many people are going to go to him at all. People are, like I said, just going to pay down for the younger players, maybe get in Scheffler. Give me Lee Westwood in this range. You look at his Augusta record, this guy gets it done. And when he's playing well, he can absolutely still compete. I expect him to win, probably not, but I do think he's got a great chance at another big finish.
What do you think, Reid?
Yeah, first off, that's his fiance on the bag, not his girlfriend, Geoff.
Same thing.
He put a ring on it.
Trust
it's not
me.
the same thing.
Trust me, it is not the same
thing.
It is not the same thing as any of our significant others. But yes, I think that does help a lot. I love that call. Victor Hovland is interesting, but he's not been playing extremely well of recent. We saw him kind of blow up at a couple of different courses, but still a great ball striker. But I'm with Geoff here. I think if you want to go a little bit contrarian, you can definitely go to Lee Westwood. There's guys like Sanjay. Don't get too twisted where you have to pivot in this range. I think going with Sanjay, even when we saw him play well, right? He's a guy that plays well on courses that usually suit players with course history. He plays well when he doesn't have course history at those courses because he's a great golfer. So I do like Sanjay in that range. If it's not guys that we're just going to completely pivot because the ownership is low on them.
Fellas, we got to go quick with these last couple. 7K range, Reid.
Yeah, top guy is Justin Rose. He's at the low 7K range. Talk about course history. I really like him here. Current form is not there, but I'm not worried about it. In this 7K range, you got to take some chances.
What do you think, Geoff?
Wow, Reid was doing so well, and then he brought up Justin Rose. Give me Harris English in this range. I think a lot of people are going to be on him. He hasn't played Augusta in a while. Cooled off a little bit. He actually looked better at the match play. I'm in on Harris English. I like the way Augusta sets up for him. 7,300. Hopefully he goes a little bit ignored this week.
7,500 Louis?
No.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
All right. You've thrown him off his game. We need uber value now, fellas, looking below 7K. Geoff.
Give me Kevin Na at 6,500. People forget this guy was on fire at the start of the year, has a win already. Now everyone's off him because, oh no, he made fun of Dustin Johnson or he got mad at Dustin Johnson. Who cares? He's 6,500. He's a great putter. He's got massive upside for that price, in my opinion. I like Na this week.
Reid, you gonna go Kevin or no? I'm not.
I love Kevin.
Yeah, who do you got, Reid?
Oh God, worse. You belong on a Geico commercial.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Mark Leishman, I like him at, I believe, $6,900. I think he's going to be popular in that range. And how about this, Geoff? I know you're going to balk at this and completely throw up at it. Henrik Stenson. Henrik Stenson is extremely cheap. This is a complete dart throw. This is I want to get two guys in the 11K or above 10K range and fool around a little bit with some other players. Stenson at $6,200, I believe. Just do it. Close your eyes. Click the button because it's going to give you a lot of salary relief.
He's going to lose to Fred Couples. Sorry.
Probably. But come on. Like a Bernhard Langer, Fred Couples, Henrik Stenson lineup. Just one time.